And with that, we're live.
Yay!
We did it.
Great.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone.
Hooray!
I didn't get the
so far.
chat up. Yeah, so we weren't here last week. Where was everybody?
I
It was my
was in
birthday.
Calgary.
So I wasn't here.
What'd you do for your birthday?
I visited some friends and family.
Okay.
I guested at a convention in Calgary, so I had company over and I was gone.
Okay, yeah, Otafest, right?
Yep.
How's Otafest?
Otafest was good. They're downtown now. They're not at the university anymore. I think last year was the first year they were in downtown.
Is it Sate?
No, it's in the Telus Convention Center, so it's in the heart of downtown.
Why did I think it was at Sate?
That's the WinterCon, Otafest Aurora.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Good location. The problem is it's during Canada Day weekend, so parking is atrocious, as is pretty much getting around anywhere in downtown on Canada Day.
Has it always been Canada Day weekend?
No, it's usually May long, but
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
last year and this year they were in June/July, and next year they're back to May, but they're still gonna be downtown.
It's weird that they're jumping around time so much. I thought it would be one switch.
I think apparently I heard something about Canada Day weekend next year was booked up by someone else years in advance, so they couldn't get it.
Weird. We really want to have the 151st birthday.
I guess.
So I'd like that weekend.
Maybe someone was just really bad at math and thought next year was 150th.
Maybe.
And then he saw all the marketing and flags. He was like, "Oh, I screwed up."
Is the convention center anywhere near the C train?
Yeah, it's like 2 blocks.
Okay, so couldn't you just take the C train? Then parking's not an issue?
I'm nowhere near a C train station.
Well, could you just drive to a station?
Yes, but then I have to leave my car in a C train station for like most of a weekend.
People do that with the train down here, so I mean that's not unheard of.
Also, there were 3 of us driving in and out, so in fact, it was actually cheaper to find parking in downtown than to take the C train for 3 people.
You know it's bad when it's the cheaper option is parking downtown. Holy crap.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We also got reimbursed because we were guests too, so anything I paid I ended up getting back.
Oh, nice.
I think Otafest honestly treated us the best out of any con we ever have done, because they paid for everyone's flights and hotels. I could have taken a hotel if we didn't have Bagel.
Yeah.
And I was kind of regretting it after. I'm like, we don't have any air conditioning. Why did we do this?
You're gonna take a hotel room just for the air conditioning.
I mean, it was tempting. And yeah, like they reimbursed us on our meals. They brought us food and if we needed it and stuff like that. They helped us with panels. The trade-off was we had 6 panels and 3 autograph sessions, and that's more than any con's ever given us, like by far.
We usually good, though? Do you want more?
I mean, it depends. Like usually we don't need more is the thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you do for 6 panels?
That's the thing.
It's not the same panel, right?
No, God no. Most of them were Q&As. They were just with different groups. Like one was Q&A with it would have been all 3 of us, but Emil was sick, so he didn't make it. So it was just Tim and myself. Then it was a YouTube Q&A with myself, Tim, and Drunk Gaming.
Okay, so just like a bunch of influencers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then it was, what was the third one? Third one was actually Throwing Controllers, like our proper game show we run.
Okay.
Fourth one was just a spotlight on gaming guests, so it was just the 4 of us again, but we were on the main stage and we had a host that was asking us questions.
Okay.
Fifth panel.
How similar was that to the other one with the same? With like the YouTube one.
Because the YouTube one was just the audience asking us questions. This one was like, here's a list of stuff we wrote up. Here's some little games we're gonna play on stage, and then it ended with audience questions.
Okay. Fifth one.
The 5th one is actually one I forgot about earlier. It was before Throwing Controllers. I hopped on a Twitch panel, just discussing Twitch with Drunk Gaming, because they were also on Twitch.
There's a lot of overlap here.
Yeah, it really was.
And then the 6th one?
The 6th one was Overwatch with...
What?
Yeah, the 6th one was Overwatch with Sombra's voice actor.
Yeah,
Why are
I was
you
gonna,
on that?
I was gonna say that'd be great. It's like this was when it was Overwatch with like Matt Mercer and a bunch of the Overwatch kids. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, no. Sombra's voice actor was basically like a narrator walking around watching us play, and all the gaming guests took on the Otafest executives, and it went poorly for us. I'll tell you that much.
Great.
All the
Okay,
gaming guests
so-
hadn't played since Sombra was added in the game, and all the Otafest execs still played.
Okay, so at least you're playing the game. I thought this was a Q&A with the voice of Sombra and John
No.
Wheeler.
That's kind of what I thought too.
No, that would have kind of ruled though, but no.
And that's when John
And
tells us that he's actually Doomfist and the.
Oh yeah, that would have been perfect
Terrible.
That would
timing.
have been great.
my terrible secret.
My
Although to be
terrible
fair,
secret.
if I found out John like knocked Terry Crews out of the running to be
I'd be pissed
Doomfist's
too.
voice actor, there would have been like fisticuffs.
No, yeah, so it was supposed to be 6v6 at first, but a bunch of the computers got IP blocked by Blizzard. So it was
Nice.
3v.
Cool.
So we were just getting curb stomped over and over, and then finally they got them up and running. We did a bunch of 6v6s, and there was much more balanced.
Who I didn't look at Otafest at all. Apart from you, who was the biggest celebrity there?
Oh, they had a band from Japan come in. They had the voice actors for Sailor Moon, Luna, and Artemis from the original show. I got to meet them at the end because they did a guest dinner. That was really cool.
Okay.
Um,
Guest
Obviously-
dinner. Where did they take you guys?
oh, we just went to like a downtown pub.
Okay.
Trying to think of what else. They had what? Oh, here's a funny thing. Do you
Okay.
remember Zach from the store we used to work at?
No. Which one was
You
Zach?
don't- Zach was the dude who had the gauges in his ears.
Was he an assistant manager at one point?
No, Zach was another just standard employee.
I don't think I was there when Zach was there.
I feel like you still were, but maybe not for the full length of his, because he might have actually just been quitting just after that. Either that, or you were in fact Zach's replacement. One of the two.
I'm thinking it might have been that because I don't remember a Zach at all.
Okay, he probably popped into the store a fair amount though. Yeah, he was a guest. He's a DJ in town called Witch Doctor.
Okay, DJ Witch Doctor.
I think it's just Witch Doctor, but like you take out a letter from Witch and Doctor, so it's like WTCHDCTR. I think something like that.
Okay, so like no vowels.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had someone from Cutman's label, DJ Cutman's label. I can never remember the dude's name, but he actually did Otafest.
Just call him Andy.
He did Otafest on Friday night and then flew out to Anime Expo in Los Angeles on Saturday night.
Yeah. I was down in Long Beach last weekend, and I know a bunch of people that were at LA.
Yeah.
Because of Anime Expo.
Yeah, so they had a pretty decent set, and they've already announced 2 guests for next year. I can't remember the first one, but the second one is Matt Mercer. So
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that's kind of exciting.
I mean, yeah.
Part 2 of the Overwatch panel starring Matt Mercer and John Wheeler.
Yeah, there you go. It's gonna happen again.
Yeah.
Also, just like a voice actor like commentating on like gameplay. Did she like know much? I feel like they're usually pretty divorced.
She didn't play, so
Yeah.
but like obviously it was a Blizzard sanctioned event, so she was allowed to say like clips as the character. And they had a bunch of other people that knew the game well, like in spectator mode, commentating, and then she would just add like color commentary, basically.
Okay, yeah, because I always feel like a lot of voice actors aren't really like attached to a lot of because it's a job for them, right?
Yeah.
So they're not necessarily
Voice
like
actors for
fans or whatever.
Overwatch are super fans. They actually
they?
play Overwatch and troll people with their voices.
A lot
Okay.
of them, yeah. Matt Mercer in particular has done that, which is hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, which is cool. Like, that's even cooler that their job is something they like that much. So, there you go.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, it was fun. I would
I was
definitely.
down in Long Beach last weekend playing Quidditch. You know the usual.
Yep, broke
Is that
your
how you
arm.
wrist?
Well, I sprained my arm, and that was the weekend before. But yes, also Quidditch. So, and then Quidditch is this weekend too, because it's every weekend.
Damn extreme rules Quidditch.
Yep.
Yep.
But I'm sure we all played a lot of games. And before that, I'm going to remind everyone that this is the top-down perspective.
Yeah.
So you know the rules.
There are no rules.
Extreme rules, just like Quidditch.
Yep.
I'm here, Sean Booker. John Wheeler's here, obviously. Paul Fleck also here. July 7th.
Yep.
Oh, I guess we should really say, did you guys do anything for Canada Day? Like Canada-specific festivities?
I guessed it at Otafest, so
Okay. Did
no.
you do anything for 4th of July?
Slept in. Hell
It
yeah.
Worked, yeah. I got a 4-day weekend because it was on a Tuesday, so that was dope. Okay.
Nice.
Paul, what have you been playing?
Nothing worth talking about, so I'm not going
Okay.
That good, huh?
For 2 weeks, you didn't play anything?
2 weeks.
No, I played stuff, but I don't want to talk about them because it's just the same stuff. There's nothing new.
I'm not going to force you to talk about them, so don't worry.
Well, I'm not.
John, what have you?
Hang on, I got a cat here that's it's really seeking attention. I don't know how well he's showing up on camera here.
Got like the tail and some ears.
Here, let's. If he's gonna
There
stand
it
still.
is.
Hey, buddy. Yeah.
The cat got a lot bigger since I last saw it.
Oh man, he's grown a ton. He is a big boy.
Which one is this one?
This is Bagel. We only have the one.
What? You had 2.
We only had Eva for like 3 days.
Yeah.
What happened to the cat?
Oh my god.
Bagel did not. You didn't hear about this? This was months ago.
No? What?
You really thought we still had 2 cats?
I didn't hear otherwise. Why would I think you... Did something bad happen to the other cat?
Bagel did not like the other cat. They felt like she was moving in on his territory and kept trying to fight her.
Okay. So you just gave it back? What do you do with that?
Yeah, we had to. We just had to return the cat.
Okay. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Meow Foundation has a 30-day return policy, for lack of a better term.
I guess so.
Because you
But
never
as soon
know
as you
if
take
cats
it
will
off
mesh with
the
each other
premises,
fast.
it's worth half the price, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Because now it's a used cat.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's how they get you. How much trade-in value did you get for this
Oh
cat?
my god. Oh no. None. We did not get any return at all, unfortunately.
That's even worse than GameStop. Damn.
Yep.
Okay.
It's pretty bad.
But yeah, we
All
only
right.
have Bagel. We only have Bagel.
Okay.
I really did not realize you did not know we didn't have the Eva.
Oh, you never said anything. Or, to me, I guess. So anyway, what have you been
I figured
playing?
I'd brought up on the podcast next week. Couple things, not too much though. Been back into playing ARMS. They're starting to slowly release patch content for this now. New character comes out next week. It's basically like the boss of story mode / arcade mode, whatever you want to call it. Now that I have more variety in the stuff I can use, and now I'm getting a bit more used to it, I'm enjoying it a bit more. But it's still a bit of a headache at times.
I feel like that game just kind of came and went. Like no one's talking about that.
I don't know necessarily. Well, the problem is right now it's going to get overshadowed extremely by Splatoon 2 coming out in like a week or two.
Yeah.
Sure. I just feel like most, at least in terms of the Switch, anything like Nintendo was getting talked about for a while. Maybe that's just because we had Zelda. That was, people are still talking about that. But I just feel like no one's talking about ARMS.
Bagel. I mean, I know a bunch of people that are still super into it, and I'm not having any problems finding people to play against online. So
Okay.
People are still playing it.
That's good.
Other than that, I played through Bonk's Adventure for the NES.
Okay. I thought you had
It's-
played through this already.
I've never played any of the Bonks before, except for Super Bonk.
Is this the one on the skateboard?
Oh,
What
I'm
am I
thinking.
thinking
No,
of?
I think you're thinking of Adventure Island.
I'm
that's
thinking
what I'm thinking
Adventure
of.
Island. Yep.
Bagel, man, what are you? Yeah, and I've played through Adventure Island. Bagel, I swear to God, if you close this recording, I don't know. Is the camera getting this right now? No, he's probably just out of
No,
range.
just your stomach.
All right, Bagel, you
Poor
little
Bagel.
shit. It's so warm down here, Bagel. Why are you lying on the computer?
Oof.
It's
And he
surprisingly
rolled
the
it.
coolest spot. That's how hot it is.
Yeah.
It's your computer's actually cooling down the space.
It's that good. Shit, what was I gonna say?
You were playing
thank you.
Adventure Island.
Bonk's Adventure. I've beaten Adventure Island. I played that a long ass time ago. Hate that game. Bonk's Adventure was pretty good though. The only thing that was really difficult in Bonk's Adventure is the bosses, because they're just a little cumbersome. The way you have to attack. You have two ways of attacking. You can headbutt when you're on the ground, or you can jump in midair and hit the headbutt button to flip, and then you can like do a diving headbutt onto something.
Okay.
But you can keep hitting the headbutt button to kind of start flipping around in circles, so you can keep yourself floating in midair. And as long as you have the correct orientation, you can actually just do damage to enemies.
That's pretty cool.
In fact, there's like some mini games you can play in the game where the challenge is to just do as many flips as possible and then land on your feet. If you do like 50 or above flips, you get a 1-up. If you land on your head, it just says you blew it and you get nothing.
That's pretty good.
No, I really enjoyed it. It's actually a fun little game. I have not tried out the much better TurboGrafx versions though. The TurboGrafx games are like much more vibrant and
I was going to ask you what version you played.
This is the NES version I played.
Okay.
But apparently the TurboGrafx 16 version is the one to go with.
Do you have a TurboGrafx?
I do, but I do not have audio video cables for it. So I only have coaxial, so I got to plug it into like the CRT if I ever want to play.
Okay. I'm assuming you still have a CRT though.
Yep, just to the left here. It's for light gun games for streams.
Okay.
And on top of that, I guess because it's been 2 weeks, I started playing through Final Fantasy V.
Oh, right. Okay, you did mention this last weekend. Last episode.
I forget how. I guess I had already done the first stream at that point. So we just did another part of it on Wednesday. We do not know what our fourth job is yet. We are probably, I think, an hour away from finding out what that is. But we had to fight a lot of bosses now that our team actually has like roles, and it's been interesting to say the least. I had to fight Ifrit at one point, and I basically just kept confusing him, so he used up all his MP on himself and then murdered him.
Okay,
makes sense.
Because he knew all like 3 levels of fire spell, and obviously fire healed him, but it would have destroyed my team of all white mages and geomancers. So
okay, so you're like really hoping on that last job.
I'm really hoping. Like once we get the last job, I also get access to my first job, which I couldn't pick at this point.
Okay.
So
like, you mean like freelancer or a different one?
No. So the way the mode I picked for the 4-job Fiesta works is it can pick a job out of any of the crystals, including ones you haven't reached yet. So it can tell you a job you can use, but you can't use it until you get to that point in the game. So you're stuck as freelancer until then.
Okay.
And also, I could potentially get freelancer as my fourth job role. It could just be that bad.
Okay. So you're just walking around with like a lot of freelancers for your main damage?
No, as soon as that's what I was doing up until I got to a point where I could finally use a job. Then you can't use freelancer again unless the game forces you to.
Okay.
So
what does the Geomancer do?
Geomancer basically
is that the time one?
No, that's Time Mage. I think is what you're thinking of.
Yep.
There's literally. Do you remember Dance from Final Fantasy VI?
I haven't played 6.
Okay. That might not be the best comparison since there's actually a dancer class, but basically whatever arena you're in, or like if you're in a castle, if you're in a forest, if you're on like a plane, your attack will dictate what you do. Like the location will dictate what kind of attack you do.
Okay.
And for some characters that's real good, and for some that's real awful. There was at least one boss I fought that I couldn't use my Geomancer moves. The only good thing about them is that they don't cost any MP. It's just you pick the option and then you randomly target someone and do a random attack.
Okay.
It was real good when I was in a library because everything was weak to flame until I had to fight Ifrit, who healed from flame, and then it just became a war of attrition.
Right.
And then I had to fight this, I think it's called the Soul Cannon. That's where we stopped the stream. None of my Geomancer moves could damage it, so it was just like I had to keep hitting it with like little daggers and bells. It was just so slow.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm about an hour from learning what my fourth job is and unlocking the use of my first job. Otherwise, right now I'm rolling with white mages and geomancers, which is...
What are you hoping for? If you could like pick a job.
I am told chemist is one of the best to get.
Okay.
So maybe that. I want something that can do physical damage.
Right. It's
That'd
like a
be
monk.
really good. I heard monk is kind of starts getting bad by the end of the game, but that would have been good early.
Okay.
I don't know the rest of the classes well enough to be like, yes, I want this. Like, I don't know if I want ninja. I don't know if I want knight. But I don't know if something dragoon I've heard is pretty good. So I don't know. We shall see. We'll see what I get stuck with.
All right. Well, I've been playing 2 weeks worth of games.
You've actually been playing games.
Yep. So I played through Monument Valley 2.
Nice.
That is more Monument Valley. The main character has a daughter now, so you get to control like 2 people. It's like $5. It came out when I was away, and I had downloaded it, but I only started playing it when I got back. Monument Valley 2. If you like the first game, you'll definitely like this one. Gorgeous little easy puzzler. I'm currently playing through Hidden Folks on my phone, which is like it's like I Spy. You remember the I Spy books?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like it's all black and white, like everything's white with like it looks like it's hand drawn in black, like outlines of stuff. And there'll be different environments you're in, and you just like scroll around on the page, and you need to find like specific characters or specific things or whatever. And each one will have a little hint, like let me think of one. It was going to be something like, Jason sent out the signal, and now he's waiting for help from above. And this was in a little desert area, and you found you would find it SOS written in rocks. And then if you kind of followed the footsteps, there'd be like a cave, and if you tap the cave, Jason's in the cave. So Jason gets checked off. What's really great about it? So it looks pretty nice. All the audio was done by 2 guys. Just like with their mouths, so everything sounds really fun and like whimsical when you touch it. Like every time you tap on something water, like you'll just hear like bloop 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 bloop, or there's animals there, so you'll hear like weird little growls and stuff. So it's pretty cute and whimsical. I'm enjoying it. It's a fun little thing.
Cool. Looks like Where's Waldo, like a lot.
Yeah. The only reason I guess it's Where's Waldo 2. The reason I was saying I Spy was because you're looking for several things, but I guess in Where's Waldo you're also sometimes looking for several people as well. So it's very Where's Waldo, in which there's a lot of people on there and they're all kind of mixing together and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like one step further because it's interactive. Like sometimes you need to like make something happen. For example, there's a scarecrow in one of them where he will only appear if you tap on the like some specific soil to make the plants grow to their full height, and then he'll pop up. So it's like an interactive Where's Waldo. It's pretty cool.
Huh.
Playing Next Machina. Or I guess I should say Next Machina.
So this is the Resogun guys, right?
Yeah, House Marik. They also did the Super Stardust games.
Yeah. So you did get it then?
I did finally get it. My credit card finally worked.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah, I don't know who I told this to or whatever. The reason my credit card wasn't working is because there was a 16-cent charge sitting on it from like January, which I don't even know how that could have been the case. Like what? So they just like locked it because I wasn't paying off these 16 cents. And then once paying off the 16 cents, I had to wait like 2 days for it to like be reactivated or whatever it was. What was great though is when I was trying to find out what was wrong with my card, they were like, "Okay, tell us your vocal password." And I have absolutely no idea what this vocal password is for this credit card that like I haven't used in like 6 years or whatever it was. Or I guess I used it in January for 16 cents. But anyway, so I was just like, so I just kept calling them back and I was like, "Is this the code?" And they were like, "Nope." And I was like, "Well, I'll call you back later. Bye." I still don't know what that vocal code is. I still have no idea, but they activated the card, so. Anyway, Next Machina. So dual joystick shooter. The music's fantastic because of course it is. Super neon and vibrant because of course it is. It's it's like all the other stuff. I loved Resogun. That was a PS4 launch title. It was actually one of the first PlayStation Plus titles as well. Fun fact. But this It's a lot more similar to like Geometry Wars and Super Stardust in terms of you're on like a plane moving around, whereas Resogun you were on like a cylinder going around that space like that. So this one, but it's level based. So this, which is similar to Resogun. So this, you're on a ground, and it's actually like an environment, not just like an ethereal grid like Geometry Wars is. And there'll be enemies popping up, and you're shooting them. And they have the humans to save from Resogun. And every time you like clear out a little area, it'll send you the next one. And there's different weapons you can get. You get shields, you get, further distance to your shots, scatter shots, stuff like that. There's hidden humans, hidden paths. So if you find like a hidden exit, you'll go through a different part of the level. There's a boss at the end of each stage. It's pretty much what you'd expect. I'd say it's really similar gameplay wise to Resogun, because they had bosses, they had humans to collect and stuff like that. And then it's just score attack, trying to up your friends and whatever. I'm having a ton of fun with it. I've only beaten it on the super easy difficulty because you have unlimited continues, but the easy difficulty you have 99 continues, which I'm sure I could do that too. I just haven't sat down and like hit my head against it yet. But yeah, that game looks great, sounds great. I don't know how much it is right now. In Canadian, it was $27, so it's probably like 20 American.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm still enjoying that. It's an easy thing just to kind of jump into and just have tons of colors and music blasting at you while you're barely hanging on. You also have a dash, which is kind of cool. You can dash around up to 3 times, and every time you do a dash, you cause an explosion around your character. So it's really cool if a human's about to be like captured, just like dash right into it, collect the human while you're exploding everything near it. Yeah, it's a pretty good game.
Cool. Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah, I would. If you like dual joystick shooters, this is right up your alley. Snake Pass, picked that up for my drive last weekend, playing it on the Switch.
Did you get it?
It was on sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was like $12 or something.
Okay.
That game, it looks delightful. The rumble on the Switch is like too much because you just hear that rumble. Like every time I collect a bubble or whatever it is, I literally just hear like a while the rumble is just going nuts.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, looks great, sounds great. It's a little too repetitive. There's like not much variance going on. It's literally just snake around, try and collect the little item,
it's a
continue snaking.
Game, right?
It's just a collectathon.
It looks floaty. Is it floaty controlling, or does it matter?
I wouldn't say it's floaty because you can't jump.
Right, but the way your body moves and stuff looks, I don't know. There's something about it that it looks crappy. Like I didn't think it looked good when people were playing it. Maybe that person just sucked.
I don't know. Maybe it is. It does take a little bit to get kind of used to it because to like pick up any like actual speed moving, you need to slither back and forth, which is kind of interesting.
That's cool.
That's unique. And then when you're the way you climb up everything is there'll be like a broken looking ladder type thing, and you need to like wrap yourself around it. And you use the right trigger to go forward. You use like X to like lift your head, or A to lift your head up so that you start going forward up the thing. But because of the way your weight works, you need, like I said, you need to wrap around, and then you have to do the left trigger to like squeeze your body to hold tight, so you can like reposition better and then start moving again.
I don't think they were doing that to like tighten up. So they just like fucking fell off everything, and it was infuriating to watch. I
mean, I don't blame them. It takes a bit. I'm even not great at it as well. Like there's some like of stuff to collect. There's some that are just like out on a ledge, and it's like I have no idea how to go forward and back on like a little pole. Sounds so difficult to me.
Sure.
And then the other thing is because you're a long snake, like the bottom half of your body also has weight to it. So if you're not positioning parts of your body properly, your tail will just start to slide off, and it'll just pull you down.
Yeah.
Luckily, you can to have a little hummingbird character lift your tail up, which is kind of funny because while you're climbing, he'll just be holding your tail for you, which can help you if you're getting in trouble like that.
Okay, weird.
But yeah, it's like I said, the controls are kind of difficult. I wish they would mix things up a little bit, but I am only on like the second world, so maybe more is to come. I heard it's kind of short though, so maybe not. And also the D-pad changes the expression on the snake, and he's a very expressive snake in his face, so that's delightful.
See, that I like.
Yeah, like
You
up
should
on the
just led
D-pad,
with that.
this big doofy grin.
Yeah, okay.
Which
I'm down.
is usually the like.
Yeah.
Also, so there's a big Xbox game sale going on right now. I picked up Pac-Man Championship Edition 2.
Nice.
Okay, what are your thoughts on it? Because if I remember, I think John had a problem with it, but I can't remember what it was.
There was what the heck was it? It was like the pausing when you do something kept messing me up or something like that. There's like a weird.
Okay.
I think it was like there's a weird pause to it when you're moving around that's not quite there in the other ones that just kept messing with me.
Gotcha.
Is it when you're eating like the trains? Because when you eat the trains, you like go off the grid, like it's a cutscene kind of.
No, it's not that. I'm trying to remember what the heck it was. There was something that kept messing me up, and I hated it.
Yeah.
And it had something. It just kept messing up my timing for corners or something like that. I can't for the life of me remember what it is.
Okay. I don't know. It seems fine. I've only played like 3 of the stages until I died. Like I haven't been hitting my head against it, so maybe I don't really know where its shortcomings were. I don't think I've even played a boss outside of the tutorial. Yeah, I don't think so. But hey, eating ghost trains is still great.
Sure.
The music's still real good. I wish there was a random option for when you like start up a new level. Because right now it's set to like auto for like your character design, the ghost character designs, the maze design, the music, the background, and auto seems to just be the first option for all of them. So I constantly have to like when I'm start picking a different stage to do or whatever, or I guess challenge to do, I have to keep picking like, all right, I want number 3 for this one and 6 for this one and blah blah blah. I wish it just said random. How is that not an option? But I don't know. Maybe you have to unlock it. Who knows?
That seems like something they could even patch in, honestly.
I found the thing I was complaining about. I found my actual like tweet about it.
Oh, okay.
There's a bumping mechanic. I think it's when you're like you bump into ghosts or something like that. Yeah. So I had a problem where it kept knocking me out of the lanes I was trying to move to, and I just die as a result, or I just completely screw up, and it just completely ruined the flow of the game, which is why I hated it versus the first one where you just if you hit a ghost, you were just straight dead. You weren't getting pinballed around. You couldn't control yourself anymore.
I see.
I definitely haven't like mastered how to like properly do the bumping. There's also braking in this one. Was there braking in the other 2?
No, the closest thing the other one had to braking was the cornering, the sparks.
Yeah, so this still has that, but that's for speeding up. So, yeah, so this one, when you like touch a ghost, you like bump off it, and if you touch them like twice or something, then they'll get angry and like super go for you. But I haven't played enough where I'm like strategizing yet, so I'm literally just like, I'm going this way because that's where all the dots are, and if I'm going to bump into you, well, I'm just going to drive through you, and then hopefully you don't catch up to me. And then in terms of patching it, the random in, I doubt it. That game came out last year. I doubt they're doing much else to that game.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yep. I also picked up Wolfenstein, the New Order.
Okay.
Picked that one up. I talked about wanting to looking into it, and then it went on sale for $10, so it was perfect timing.
Yeah, that's really good. Did you?
I just put it on easy because I just want to kind of get through it.
Okay.
Because I don't got time to be playing last year's games that much. But Wolfenstein 2 looks great. So I'm right now like rescuing my buddies. I'm not that far into it.
So you're in the intro area still, like the first area that the game starts off in?
Oh no, like it's been like the 14 years or whatever.
Okay, gotcha.
So, cool setup. I'm enjoying it. All the cutscenes are usually like pretty cool with what's going on. Like I'm invested in the plot.
Yep.
The characters are interesting. The weapons are pretty crazy.
Yep.
Fighting robots it was just cool coming to and just seeing all these robots. So that was definitely exciting. I actually do think the intro is pretty cool when you're like jumping from one plane to the next. That's pretty fun.
It's pretty good. That's
a
good game.
Suck. Dogs, I hate every time there's a dog. I just panic and I just like hold down the trigger until it stops.
Yeah.
So like I said, I just put it on easy. I don't have it on the easiest mode, but I'm like this close to just setting it to the easiest because I really just kind of want to fly through this. Like every time I die and have to replay a part, it's like, why am I doing this? I don't have time to be playing this. I need to just get through this game. So I'm ready for number 2.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got half a year. It's October. It's coming out, right? Well, I wouldn't say half a year. Yeah, all the stuff that they showed at E3 was this year.
Well, there's a bunch that was next year. I thought this was one of
No, Bethesda. All the stuff that Bethesda showed.
Okay, so I have even less time. I thought I had till 2018.
No, you don't.
So I need to
get
get
till like October 27th or something like that.
I'm looking it up. Yeah, that's like, dead on. October 27th.
Yeah.
Is that the date like everything's coming out?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Mario Odyssey and a bunch of other stuff.
That's why I knew that date.
Okay.
Also, October 13th, Evil Within 2. You know how I know that? Because people won't stop fucking tweeting me about Evil Within.
You did this to yourself, Paul.
I did by playing that terrible game. I'll play 2. I'm gonna play it, so. All right, so you're liking Wolfenstein.
This year, I'm switching. I'm definitely gonna put it on the lowest difficulty and just blast through that.
Are you gonna do the holy shit? What's that?
Blood?
Yeah.
That's currently on sale as well for like $10. What is that? Should I pick that up?
I'm pretty sure it's a standalone, separate thing. Yeah. Kind of like
what is it?
Kind of like Blood Dragon was
it's like
Far
Blood
Cry.
Dragon in that aspect. Yeah.
But is it a continuation of the story? Is it retelling something else? Like
I think it's actually supposed to be a retelling. I don't remember for sure. It's supposed to be like earlier in the story.
Yeah, like I don't know off the top of my head, but I thought it was something similar. Like it's like the first game, but we modernized it or something like that. I really don't know. I should look it up.
Something like that.
It's a standalone prequel, apparently.
Okay, but is it like a okay? Yeah. Maybe I should look into that. So because I think the sale goes on to the 10th. So if you're watching this live, you can still take advantage of it. I'm probably gonna pick up Tokyo 42 because that game looks cool and it's like $13 right now.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a cool sale. I'm enjoying the sale. Downloaded a lot of games last week. I'm also playing something else I can't talk about till next week that I'm reviewing. So look forward to that. But that's all I've been playing.
Okay, cool.
Let's go on to the tiny bit of news.
Yeah.
Nothing much has happened because E3 just finished.
Yeah, nothing too much. Weirdly enough, there was like a Hearthstone competitive thing going on, and that's where Blizzard decided to announce that Knights of the Frozen Throne new expansion with 135 cards or whatever the hell is coming out. They announced it, some new mechanics and stuff. Kind of interesting, just because this is the first time, I think, in Hearthstone's history where they announced 2 major expansions so close together. Because they're not doing the little adventure model anymore. They're like releasing like actual expansions for people to buy now, but it's going to be the same basic idea. There's going to be a single player portion, a whole bunch of new cards, which includes like new legendaries and all that sort of shit. With this one specifically, no, not really. Every now and then I'll like boot it up on my phone when I'm bored at work because I have the worst job in the world and I'm getting bored real easy. But yeah, there's apparently going to be a new lifesteal mechanic, which is actually intriguing me. Because one of the things I got annoying about Hearthstone real quick is that everybody for a long time would just like pick Hunter and go face and just like attack you like with everything they had until you died and try to kill you by like turn 6. This will probably slow the game down more now, where there's cards that however much damage they deal is how much health your hero gains back, which is like super cool to slow things down. I really, really like that. It might be a thing that just doesn't get used though. Who knows? We'll see.
Speaking of apps getting updated, Solitarica got an update in the last couple of weeks. I
haven't loaded that yet. What is it?
Yeah, so it's $1. At least on iOS, it's $1.
Yeah.
It's 4 new decks. So they play a little differently. Okay. And there's also, for free, just an update, is that now there's a hard mode, which adds, I guess, 10 more enemies, and they're all harder. So instead of like the 18 fights you have to go through, it's now like 28.
Holy shit.
And you get like less coins to buy stuff. So I kind of wish the normal mode just had the 28 characters to go through, like as is. But
Yeah.
maybe you would start just getting like way too powerful near like, fight 18. But either way, if anyone's looking for like a challenge, I'm kind of thinking about it, but I just don't know how like harsh it's going to be.
Yeah. That sounds cool though.
I just want like more of it. Like I guess I want like a Solitarica 2 where it's just like here's all new monsters, but it's basically the same thing, as opposed to just here's kind of the same thing but harder. So anyway, there's an update for that if people like Solitarica.
Fair enough. On the whole Blizzard thing, Overwatch announced Doomfist, and that's on the PTR right now. There's that patch that changed some stuff up on the PTR that introduces Doomfist as well. So there you go.
It's not Terry Crews.
It's not Terry Crews.
Like, what the hell?
But didn't he say he did record something with Blizzard, or is that just the rumor because he went to go visit them?
Watching the intro for Doomfist, Terry Crews doesn't fit what they did with that character at all.
Not at all. He's too serious.
Yeah.
So I could see them like putting him in a dumb, silly way that would work perfectly. But like,
no, you know what they're gonna do? There's probably gonna be like a legendary skin, and it's just reskinned to be Terry Crews.
I want his voice.
Oh my god.
I want basically like the Crackdown 3 inch live action in trailer with Terry Crews. I want that guy as a character.
Yep.
Like it's almost like he should be like Lucio. Like he's having fun with this Junkrat, and he's so excited to be blowing stuff up. Like I want to hear him shouting "boom." And that's what the Terry Crews.
I'll deal with an announcer pack if they wanted to do.
I want every character to be Terry Crews. I want a reskin of every character as Terry Crews.
Yeah, I could do that. I'll be fine with either of those.
Yep. There's some other things. Apparently, there's some loot box updates and highlight system updates and stuff. The notes are there. I didn't read all of them because I don't really give a shit. If you do, go check them out and see what they added. But Doomfist was the big thing, obviously.
I'm looking forward to trying Doomfist. I hear he punches.
Did any of you guys have Twitch Prime? Did you get the free golden loot box?
I did.
I saw that was a thing.
Yeah, I believe it still is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get a loot box with one guaranteed legendary item, and you get 5 free loot boxes in August and October, I think.
What about July? Probably July as well, right?
No.
Oh, it's just every second month?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I got a skin for a character that I already had a legendary I wanted. So it's just like, oh no.
So you got like 20 coins or whatever it is?
No, I didn't have the skin already, but it was a skin I'm probably never gonna use. It was Lucio's frog skin, his golden frog.
Yeah. Okay.
But I have the jazz skin on him right now, so I'm like,
I mean, I like that frog skin too.
I mean, the skin's good, but I'm like, I already have like 3 skins for Lucio that I wanted to use, and I can only use one at a time.
I have one of Reinhardt's.
But hey, you got a legendary skin for your favorite character. So like,
that's
who can
true.
say that?
That's the most convenient thing. The character I actually use, I got a skin for, so I guess I can't complain too much.
Right.
Yeah.
Other news. Hey, they announced the SNES Classic. This is probably like the biggest thing.
I figured you would pull that, so I didn't bother putting it in there. So.
This all happened like last week, so I don't have all the game lists fresh in my head. SNES Classic. It's coming September 29th for $80.
Yep.
Probably like 100 for you guys, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Close to it, if not 100.
Yeah.
All right. Less games this time. There's only 21.
They're quality
which is
games, though. Is
kind of
the
weird.
thing.
They're all pretty good games.
So we have Contra 3, Donkey Kong Country, Earthbound, Final Fantasy 3, F-Zero, Kirby Superstar, Kirby's Dream Course, Link to the Past, Mega Man X, Secret of Mana, Star Fox 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Castlevania 4, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario RPG, Super Mario World, Super Metroid, Super Punch-Out.
There's like 1 or 2 games on that list I'm confused about. Like, why is it Street Fighter 2 Turbo and not like the one with DJ, Cammy, and Fei Long? Like, I think that's a new Challengers or something like that. And
where's Chrono Trigger?
I mean, yeah, that's the another thing. But like we got Final Fantasy 3 and Secret of Mana, so we got the other two really good Square RPGs.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think everyone would trade like both of those for Chrono Trigger.
I don't know about that.
Okay, well,
I really love Chrono Trigger, but like I also really like Final Fantasy 3/6, and I'm sure Secret of Mana can more than make up for that.
I mean, Chrono Trigger came out on the DS, so like
most of the these
And
are
the
Nintendo
PlayStation
games.
1.
They all came
And
out
the
on every
PlayStation
Nintendo
1.
platform ever,
that's not true.
except for Star Fox 2. You're right.
Okay, I don't.
So that's the
talk about
big
Star
thing.
Fox
This is
2.
this is the official release of Star Fox 2, not like the leaked
Yeah.
prototype that's going around. So like,
This is actually that's a pretty cool thing.
I
It
just
is,
really
but
hope
it's going to
it's
be
not
impossible now
specifically-
to get.
I just really hope it's not specifically tied to the Mini. If it's tied to the Mini, then I'm gonna be fucking pissed because it's gonna be so hard to get that one of those.
I bet it is going to be tied to the Mini. And Paul, of course, it's going to be hard to get. They could have announced this with one game on it, and it would have been hard to get.
No, not like this. There's already auctions on eBay for this thing.
eBay's already taken them down though because you're not supposed to be selling pre-orders.
Exactly.
After we're seeing what happened with the NES Classic, there was no way this was not going to be hard to get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so let's make it harder by putting a never before released thing on it. Awesome.
I am a little confused why there's less games on it, but I think the overall quality is stronger than the NES Classic.
I definitely agree. There's a few
So
on
you're
the
saying,
NES.
what you're saying is it's a good like trade off, less games but better games.
I think so.
I think, yeah.
Okay, then let me
Some
tip
of the games
scales
will last
one
longer
more
too, like
game,
Final Fantasy 3.
not in our favor, but it still costs more. If the trade off
It's
was
because
equal,
of the other controller, though.
it cost more.
Because there's two
Yeah,
controllers.
That's the main reason.
Those
it's
extra
up in price.
controllers, $10.
10,
These
20.
are probably proprietary, right? Or are they the original?
They're the same as the NES Classic was. They're just the ports that you plug into the Wiimote.
Oh, really? That's fucking lame.
Yeah. Yeah, so like if you have a classic controller for like the Wii, you can just plug it into the I assume it's gonna be the same as the
Probably.
NES Classic and you just plug it in, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
They said they are going to have more than the NES Classic, but they're only making them this year.
Yep.
Either way, this thing's impossible to get. Don't expect to get one.
Yeah,
I don't believe them until I see it in stores, essentially.
Which
Wait, you don't think this exists?
That it's gonna be better stocked. That's what I mean.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, I don't think anyone said it was going to be better stocked. They just said there's going to be more of them.
Yeah.
I bet it's still going to, and for all the reasons you said earlier, it's going to be crazy hard to find, but no one said it was going to be better stocked.
Yeah. True.
Oh, sorry, Yoshi's Island is on there. I didn't notice they made that real small
Yeah.
below my...
I found
where I
that really
scrolled.
funny.
That's fine. I'm not even a big Yoshi's Island fan.
I mean, I
really
think it's a
either.
good game.
Yeah.
I don't think it should have been called Super Mario World 2. What are you doing? But anyway,
They wanted to make sure people played it.
they
'cause it's
ruined
not-
some sanctity that is the Super
'cause it's-
Mario World.
It's
game.
not even called that in Japan. That's the thing.
Good. They know what they're doing. Europe gets slightly different games. I don't know what they miss out on. I know they get Fire Emblem.
Yeah,
Europe
I'm
gets
looking-
Fire? Really?
Japan definitely gets Fire Emblem. So Japan gets Legend of the Mystical Ninja, Fire Emblem, Mystery of the Emblem, Panel de Pon, and
I think
That's Attack, yeah.
that is the only difference. Oh, Super Soccer
Wait.
as well.
Wait, why are we not getting Legend of Mystical Ninja? We got that over here.
I don't know, but
I
they are.
guess it just wasn't
Get Earthbound.
classic over here.
They're not getting Earthbound.
Oh.
What else are they not getting? They're getting Super Street Fighter 2, the new challengers.
They're getting the version I said we fucking should have got. Yeah, like what the fuck?
Oh, that's so good.
getting the Famicom version, which just always looks cooler.
I agree. I like the
That's
Famicom
really
look
weird.
more. Yeah.
It's classic now for $400 if you want.
Great. I'll get
Pro tip.
get right on that for sure.
Exactly.
Is that the same as the European then? The Japanese and
The Europe is
European?
the Japan one.
Okay. Cool.
So everyone's like, all right, N64 Classic. Is it going to be like $100 and only have 15 games?
Let's be real. We're not going to get an N64 Classic.
I bet I could see Nintendo doing it.
Okay.
You really think so?
These things are selling faster than like they can think them up.
Let's each pick one game for N64 Classic that has to be on there.
Banjo-Kazooie.
I'm gonna say Blast Core.
I'm gonna say.
Let's just all pick rare games because that's really all most people remember.
Say Animal Forest. We never got it. That's what I would like to play that.
Okay.
Animal Crossing 1?
Yeah, but isn't in Japan? Isn't it called Animal Forest?
Something like that.
Yeah.
But like Animal Crossing for GameCube is pretty much just an updated port of that.
Yeah, and I played that one. I want Animal Forest.
All right.
I mean, to be honest, also Smash Bros has to be on there, right?
What do you want to see on a N64 Classic? Write in a top-down perspective at gmail.com. There you go.
I don't know. I feel like the 3D of like the N64 is aged so poorly that they probably aren't gonna make one.
They put out Rare Replay, and those look like garbage.
Yeah, but that's also Microsoft and Rare. They can do whatever the hell they want.
Nintendo twice as much as it wants.
Nintendo barely remembers about its virtual console for its systems at this point. I don't know.
Nintendo is foolish, but I bet they make all the money. I bet there's an N64 Classic. Why wouldn't there be?
Did you see that apparently when they announced the SNES Classic, NES Classic started reappearing in stores again?
No, I didn't hear about that at all.
Yeah, apparently a bunch of Toys R Us restocked on them last week.
Coincidence.
That's a pretty fucking strong coincidence.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Whatever, man. Nintendo knows how to move product. They're a toy company. They know how to get that shit going.
Yeah, I just wish they would make enough for people who actually want to buy their goddamn product and not pay $300 for it.
But if they did, then nobody would buy it.
It's like Apple. So there's just like Apple products are extra expensive, Nintendo products are extra expensive. You get that premium tax on there.
I'm okay with paying a premium tax as long as it's to not to some like fucking crackhead who bought 3 of them just to pawn them off. I'll pay Nintendo the tax. If they stock more at a higher price, I think that would be better.
My one problem is there's less games. Like, come on.
They're better games though. I could do without a good quarter of the NES Classic games. A lot of them are just like whatever.
But either way, I have all these games elsewhere.
Sure, but if you're using that argument, then why would you ever buy any game? Because I could pirate everything.
Well, I'm just saying, don't buy it more than once. Like, the only reason I'm buying this one is because it's tiny and cute.
Right, alright.
It's like, I have a SNES.
Yeah, everybody does.
If they come out with the N64 Classic, what color do you want it to be?
Purple.
It's going to be black. It's going to be the default black.
Of course.
Yeah? That's still boring, though.
It's boring, but that's what people expected.
It's gotta be the see-through green one, right?
I mean, that's what I have. I like the see-through green.
Yeah, it's gotta be that one.
No, it's gotta be the damn Pikachu one that's like way longer than a normal N64. It just has a giant plastic Pikachu on it for no fucking reason.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. Stupid.
Really dumb.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up.
If they do,
the reset button is Pikachu's foot.
If they do a Game Boy Color Classic, it's got to be that purple one, right?
I mean, if it's Game Boy Color, that was the default. They'll always go with the first iteration.
Was that the default one?
Yep. Color defaulted to purple.
Wow, that Pikachu N64 looked dumb.
Is that the blue one or the orange one? Because there's the Japan exclusive orange one as well.
The one I'm looking at right now, taking up my whole monitor, is the blue one. Let me find the orange one.
That's the North American one. That's the North
blue
American
and yellow?
one.
How is the orange one actually looks bad? Because those colors don't mix well together. At least blue and yellow work together well.
Wait, is it blue and orange or blue and yellow? When you're saying the orange one, is it blue and orange?
No, it's orange and yellow.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Now I can see it. All of them are from the top. I mean, orange and yellow together looks better than blue and yellow.
No, it doesn't. There's no way. Some of these pictures are really bad, too. Oh, man, look at this one. It's so faded. It doesn't even look blue anymore. Anyways, whatever.
This is so ugly.
It's so ugly. What a
Hey,
bad
so
product.
okay, so Star Fox 2 kind of leaked a bit, right?
Sure.
Yeah, there's prototypes of it out
Yeah.
there.
How different do you think it's going to be?
It probably is going to have the multiplayer intact. That's probably going to be the biggest thing.
Think it's going to look the exact same?
Probably. Maybe
Alright.
maybe have a slightly better frame rate.
Yeah, I was gonna say some polish, maybe.
Does this say how long the cords are? Are they also real short this time?
They're
again?
probably just as short.
I thought I heard something about 5 feet.
I thought I heard 5 feet as well, but I don't know where I heard. But we may have heard that from, like the same podcast.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
it doesn't say in this article, so I don't know. Okay, yeah, SNES Classic. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll buy one if I can. I'm gonna say that this time.
Yeah.
Last time
Yeah.
I was like, whatever, and then I missed out. Now, since I'm considering getting this one, it's like now I wish I had the NES Classic so I can have like a whole set.
Yeah.
Like, but
Well, good luck with that, because unless you can find it in store, it's $300+.
yep.
Which is ridiculous.
All right, last little bit. In Korea, Nintendo 3DS trademark for a new Apollo Justice game
Really?
Okay. Cool.
by Korean Game Rating Board. Yep. So maybe that's the thing happening.
Cool.
Makes sense. They only have one of the Apollo Justice ones, so why not?
I mean, yeah, he's in a bunch of the games anyway, so.
Yep. All right, that's it. Why don't we go on to questions? People want to send questions in. It's topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast, on Twitter, Facebook group, Discord, John's P.O. Box.
Ooh, which reminds me.
Ooh.
Where did I put it?
Our monthly letter.
While
Yep.
you're getting that together, I'll read this first one from Deku Hayes, whatever. How do you eat Oreos? He's having trouble. How do you guys eat Oreos?
By the bag.
You put them in your mouth.
Put 'em in your mouth. Besides the regular type, do you have a favorite kind of Oreo?
No. I mean regular. Like,
What about double stuff?
no, I actually don't like double stuff.
Sometimes
about
double stuff
birthday
is
cake
too
Oreo?
much.
It's too much. Yeah. I like the balance that you get with the normal.
What about red velvet Oreo?
Never had
Oh
it.
God.
That sounds rich.
I'm just thinking.
Yeah,
of all
I think I just lost a tooth just thinking
Yeah.
of it.
the Peeps marshmallow Oreo.
Gross. I hate Peeps. I hate them so much.
You know what they should do, and by should I mean should not do. What were
Uh-huh.
those little strawberry kind of marshmallowy candies? It was like a marshmallow that was all like red.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, what are those
Oh, they were
called?
kind of like Peeps, but they were just little strawberries.
And they always
Did
came
they
with
even
like
ha-
the banana that was like chalky.
That was always like whenever you go to like a corner store
Yeah.
and you were buying 5-cent candies, it was like those. Then it was like the banana things. Then it was like blue whales.
Yeah.
Anyway, what? So the any of those in an Oreo. You
Well,
have to
don't
eat
they
all
have
three.
the Swedish fish or whatever?
Oh yeah,
Oreos?
Swedish.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah, they did have that as an Oreo. You're right.
I want
Oreos
to
are
try
stupid.
that. Yeah, they're really dumb. I want to try that one though.
What's someone is saying? Did you ever twist them off? Do you ever like lick and dip?
No, I think that's
I like was
disgusting.
50-50 with the twisting actually working. Sometimes it just like crumbled, or at least part of the cookie crumbled, and I hated that.
5 years bad luck.
Yep, that's true.
It's not like a mirror.
It's worse.
I used to like just like popping them in my like kind of wedging them apart with like my front
Okay.
teeth.
Sure.
You did like lick off or eat the icing first,
Oh yeah.
and then threw away the cookie.
No, the cookie's good
Throw away
too.
the
Like some
cookie.
like
Put the cookie
who
back in-
needs the balance? It's all about just the icing.
Oreo, get the fuck out of here, cookie.
Did you ever have that roommate that would eat the icing and then put the cookie back in the package? Do
Gross.
that for all
the fuck?
Nope.
pack in the back in the cupboard for you to.
I would
like-
never talk to that person again.
That
I would
you?
never.
Were you that roommate?
No, I didn't. I just made that guy up, but that
Okay.
guy sucks. Somebody has had that guy as a roommate. That guy sucks.
Oreo blizzards are pretty okay.
Yeah, surprisingly, like you think it's like pretty just like whatever, it's basic, but Oreo, I remember having McFlurries, super good.
That's like the only Oreo intake I get now is Blizzards.
Sure.
I can't remember last time I had an Oreo.
Yeah.
Oh, I do remember. I was at a Giant Bomb meetup and dipping the Oreos in nacho cheese, and I was like, okay, well, fuck it. I wouldn't recommend that.
No, that sounds bad. All right.
John, do you have a letter?
I do. Apparently, one got lost in the mail, and I don't remember receiving it. It says, well, I guess the March letter got lost with Canada Post, so let's put down March and April's totals in this letter. For those who don't remember, this was how often all of us said fuck, shit, dick. I don't remember that. And how salty we were about games.
I remember the dick.
You remember the dick?
She remembers the dick here.
That sounds like you.
Yep.
All right, for March, I said fuck 6 times, shit 8 times, and that was it for me.
Nice, man.
Sean said fuck 2 times, shit 2 times, and that was it for Sean.
Wow.
Paul, on the other hand, said fuck 38 times.
Yep.
Enough for us.
Shit 41 times, and was salty about a game once.
What game?
And it was Breath of the Wild, disposable weapons in particular.
Gotcha. Oh, this was only March. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
March.
yeah. Okay.
April, I said fuck 3 times and shit once for a total of 4. Sean said fuck once and shit twice for a total of 3. Paul said fuck 9 times and shit 7 times for a total of 16. None of us seem to be salty.
Oh, right. April was a good month. Is that when Zelda came out?
No, it says 3 episodes plus only having 2 hosts for 2 of them really dropped the numbers. Remember, I was gone for a lot of April.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So what you're saying is...
That's May I'm thinking of, actually. That was May I was gone to Atlanta.
All right. Well, someone was clearly gone in April.
Apparently not, Paul.
I was gone 1 week because I came up.
Yeah, wasn't that the weird one where we kept rotating, like leaving town randomly?
Probably.
Like,
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably.
March/April combined. +1 Sean mentioning Phoenix Wright. +1 John's flight troubles. +1 mention of John's museum. The grand total so far, the grand total so far of the year. John fuck 37 times, shit 12 times, dick once. Total of 50. Game salt twice. Sean fuck 5 times, shit 6 times, no dick. 11 total. Congrats, Sean.
Sean, no Dick Booker.
Game salt 3 times. Paul, 116 fucks, 80 shits. No dick. 6 game salt.
Ah, now it's you.
Oh, no. I have been foiled.
I feel like recently I haven't been as observant when watching the podcast, judging by the numbers and the fact that Paul must have mentioned Resident Evil at least in questions once in the past, or at least once in the past 2 months. I'll see how May goes, but I might just switch back to weekly Undertale messages. And of course on the back.
That's just baiting, though. Because then you could just get somebody to come right in and say, talk about this thing. And then, like, how does that...
If it happens, it happens, all right? Like, he already said, they already said.
No way we can, like, skip those ones. Or like, there's no way for us to know. So we just have to hope people aren't baiting it.
And
I don't think they would.
Like, reading out this sheet doesn't count for the list, so...
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Paul, do you want this next question?
Yeah. I forgot to grab the one email we had because it got lost. So I will just go on that one. I added it to the top of our list here. So,
okay.
Thomas wrote in and said, a few questions for you guys. 1, were any of you interested in getting a VR headset anytime soon? Personally, I'm a bit worried about the shelf life. PlayStation VR passed 1 million sales a few weeks ago, and the Rift and Vive have way less, and it's been a year.
Not at the moment, no.
Yeah, not me either,
it's a little too expensive to step into right now. There's not enough that interests me either.
Yeah, I haven't heard of like an actual like killer app for it yet that has made me be like, I really want to play that.
Like that Rick and Morty thing apparently is like quite good, and that job simulator or whatever, and that's
right.
Like
yeah, I'm not saying there's nothing that sounds good.
There's no killer
There's just nothing
app
that has
for
been
sure.
like, yeah, I need to play that. I want to play that so much.
Sure.
So
Paul, did you know that there's an actual VR arcade in Calgary now?
I did, and I was thinking about going to that until I realized I don't want pink eye.
That's a fair statement.
Yeah. It's not that I don't think they probably wash their stuff down. I think it's just that people are dirty. Disgusting human bodies everywhere.
That is kind of the other problem I have with VR, because I don't want to try out any VR stuff specifically because of the possibility of pink eye.
Yeah.
Having heard anecdotal cases of people actually getting it from that.
Here's the thing. If, you had VR, I wouldn't, mind, trying yours, because I would know if you had pink eye. I don't want to go to a convention or a place where people, foot traffic happens, because I don't trust everybody.
I think that was the problem with, the first E3 year they had them there. I think some people got something from it.
Yeah, I think so, too. That being said, when they were showing Resident Evil 7 stuff in VR, I would have done that, because that stuff was a lifetime thing that they were showing off at that time.
The last 2 GDCs on VR headsets, I didn't have a problem.
Yeah, that's good.
They were also wiping them down after every person,
which is what they're supposed to. But I think the first year they didn't quite get that they should have probably done that.
That's probably.
I think when it was just the Oculus.
Right.
Yeah. 2, when the SNES Classic eventually goes on sale in Canada, where would you recommend pre-ordering it, and how many minutes will it take to sell out? Amazon and 1 or less than 1.
Probably what I'm gonna do.
I might try to go into EB, because bizarrely enough, no one thinks to check brick and mortar stores anymore. So it's I had the same thing with the Switch. I tried a bunch of online sites, got nothing. Called my store halfway through the day, we still got pre-orders.
Actually, Shoppers Drug Mart was pretty good for that shit for a bit too.
None of the ones in my area had it, bizarrely enough.
Okay. I'm probably gonna do Amazon. Yeah. I've been seeing I'm just thinking about the Switch. The Best Buy had SNES Classics there, and Walmart as well. These are all online, but Amazon's usually the go-to one for me.
Yeah, but Amazon's also the one that everyone tries first. So
right.
Third question seems like it's a question specifically for the next time Nathan's on, so we'll skip that.
Yeah, stockpile Nathan question.
Yeah, he even knows. just save this one for whenever. 4, with the Atari box being a thing, which other companies would you want to make a console if it could theoretically be more successful than the Ouya?
That's not exactly a high bar, the Ouya.
I mean, I didn't want to say it, but yeah. John could make
just
a
saying,
console
what
that
hardware
sells better
company?
than the Ouya. Yeah, exactly.
Is this supposed to be which hardware company do we want to make a console?
I'd like a good Steam box. One that's
I feel
modular.
They did that and no one really cared. They were slowly bringing those out.
Do you mean more something that comes with a bunch of Steam games on it instead of being something you just buy games on?
No, I mean specifically for me, that's modular, that I could update the video card only or something in. As I was gonna say, I believe you're
describing a PC. I believe you're describing a desktop.
I do, yeah, but only.
No, I get what you mean. I like the idea of Steam boxes. I just think the implementation so far has been awful.
It's been bad. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, what am I supposed to be like? I want Samsung to make a console.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I don't need Sega to come back.
I mean, Sega already has a bunch of those flashback consoles. So does Atari. And Intellivision. So all the guys that used to make consoles already have them.
And I haven't looked into the Atari box thing, but it's obviously not going to compete with any of the other ones. They're not a big enough company.
And then companies like Amazon have methods for you to get games. Amazon owns a couple game companies, and they put them on. Was it Amazon Fire? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the tablet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess the only companies I could see that have enough R&D and are big enough to throw money at it is Apple or Amazon, or I guess Facebook or Google could do it too. But I already have all the consoles, and I don't need to keep buying I don't need a fourth console to buy now.
I'd almost say I'm actually good with no more companies entering the console industry. Honest to God.
Yeah. I mean,
it's not gonna vary enough to force more competition and force changes. That's the problem.
True.
I was gonna say it's easier. It's easy to say that because like we don't know what we're missing. I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here being like, man, I wish I had this thing with the consoles. But so I don't. I'm fine as is.
Mm-hmm.
And we had mainly for a console, wasn't it? Like it ran just a version of
the Android.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, the last question he has here: do you see a Wii U Mini on the horizon? No. Like, the question is: do you see a Wii U Mini on the horizon like Nintendo did with the Wii? No.
No.
Like
I'm pretty sure they're
Canada,
taking
the
off
red
that
one
console.
that John has, the Wii Mini.
No, but Wii U.
Yeah. But they're saying like, is that what the Wii one was called? Was the Wii Mini? Was it?
I don't see anything
okay.
like that on the horizon for Nintendo because Switch came out and they need to push that.
Yeah, I think at this point they're going to pretend that they never had the Wii U because as you can see with how much stuff's getting ported to the Switch, I think they're already their company stance.
Exactly.
Yeah, they'll probably port. Also, like the Wii Mini, like every console has like a slimmed down, cheaper, more efficient system, but they usually do that before the next one comes out, and the next one has already come out for Nintendo.
And 64 didn't. They just had a reskinned one. But I see what you mean. And same with the GameCube. The GameCube already came in multiple colors when it came out.
Yeah, I guess Nintendo just doesn't do it often. But I mean, Microsoft and Sony do it multiple times.
Yeah.
For
those guys do it a ton of times, but Nintendo's like stopped doing it as much.
Yeah.
The NES had the Game Boys all got them. God, the 3DS line gets them all the time too.
Yeah, the handhelds do but the systems, I guess they don't. Because even the Wii Mini, it's hard to say that's like a slimmed down, more efficient one because they took out a bunch of features.
But it was a bunch of features they had already taken out of like the redesign anyways. So like you can buy regular Wiis that don't have GameCube support.
No, but they also you couldn't do any like download stuff, I thought.
Oh, you're right. There's no built-in wireless. Yeah, you're totally right.
I'm not even built-in wireless. I thought it was just disc reading only. Like you couldn't plug an Ethernet cable through USB.
Or you're right. Sorry. Yeah, you're totally right. There's no.
So it was just like a slim down. It was kind of like the 2DS. Like they just made like one for kids, kind of like they just slimmed it. Made it like bare bones essentials is all you need kind of thing.
Yep.
Okay, I will take this next one from Philip. Philip plays. Has there ever been a moment in a video game where something stupid happens that causes you to earn a victory you felt shouldn't have gotten?
A lot of times. That's almost half the definition of Mario Party.
Yeah, that is basically Mario Party. Yeah. Any key examples? I'm trying to think.
Sometimes just like firing off like a shot or something just out of nowhere that you feel like is going to miss, and then suddenly it ends up becoming like the winning blow on like a boss or something.
Yeah, that's all I'm thinking of is like a weird shot in Rocket League, but I don't have any like fun stories. It's just like, I don't know, something random happened.
Anytime there's like a physics engine and like a boss on a high ledge that he can fall off of or something, that's always amazing. The boss just like dies somehow for no reason. That's really good.
All right. Next one comes from the Magical Gamer. It says, in team-based competitive video games or RPGs with party systems, characters can fall under specific roles people want them to fill, like tank, healer, DPS, etc. Some video games have the community behind those games coming up with unique terms for roles that can only really happen in those games. For example, in Splatoon, one of the playstyles is called Dolphin, where I'm pretty sure one player quickly goes in and out of the ink to attack. In Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, there are some characters that can fill a role called Breaker because they're good at using a thing called Full Breaks. So is there any interesting, unique team role you know of that you like? If not, what's your favorite team role to play or use?
I can't think of any like made up ones.
Like, the MOBA community has a bunch of ones they made up for their gameplay style, like jungler, ADC, and all that shit.
Okay.
Like, I still like just the basic tank healer DPS. Everything else, I mean, everything kind of just fits into those classes, like a support character, a like in-your-face character, and a character that like deals a bunch of damage, or like a glass cannon of sorts. In that case, I generally, if I'm playing with people I know, will play a tank role. If I'm playing with randos, I'll play a healer, usually.
Which one is DPS?
Damage.
Like a heavy attacker, damage per
like
second.
assassins or something, yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think what I do in Overwatch, and I guess that's the closest.
You play attack, yeah.
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 Because you usually play Tracer, right?
Tracer or Junkrat or
Yeah,
May.
you're definitely damaged. You're definitely DPS.
Yeah.
I guess there's like a utility role as well in some games where that happens, where it's not like a full-on support healing role that you do, but you like buff up the team somehow or like put up defenses somehow. So there's that role as well. But yeah, healer generally. John,
I'm guessing you're healer because you play Lucio.
Yeah, in like team-based games like Overwatch, I'll usually play healer. Although I also like explosive classes. So like in TF2, I used to like playing as either Demo Man or Soldier. I like playing as Pharah in Overwatch, stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah, so either healer or explosions or like damage.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Jacket K wrote in and said, "What is the worst convention food you've had?" I don't buy food at conventions generally, so I don't
know about the worst food I've had, but there was one time at PAX.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed, or there was a food truck giving away free like chicken sandwiches and coleslaw.
That sounds like a good way to get like a terrible disease.
So yeah, I stood in line for like 30 or 45 minutes, whatever it was, to get my free sandwich.
Yeah.
And then I remember I was going to John's panel, and I was in line up there, and then the line started moving, and I ate the coleslaw first. I was like, I'm going to save this sandwich. It's going to be so good. And when the line started moving, I dropped the sandwich on the floor.
Oh.
Nice.
And that was the worst. Also stained my shorts. I was wearing white shorts.
Great.
Ooh. All I can think of is just like fries have just been sitting there for a long time or something like that. Like food that's clearly been just sitting around waiting to be bought.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was going to say fast food is bad. It's bad for you.
I try to avoid like the
fast
food trucks. Yeah.
I completely think are two different things though. But yeah, they have the same
I usually don't eat
problems.
at conventions. Like I bring
like
protein bars and like snacks with me and water bottles so that I don't have to pay like $10 for a bottle of water or whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you'd be best off just leaving the convention area, going across the street to like an actual restaurant, paying the same amount of money for a real meal.
Yep. Custom SC. Do you guys believe that selling public domain software, audiobooks, etc. is scummy or completely fair game? I remember John saying he used to sell VirtualBox, so I'm especially interested in his response. What is VirtualBox?
Hang on. Sell VirtualBox.
What?
What did you used to sell, John?
VirtualBox is
Where'd you
like
make your
a
millions,
product.
John?
Yeah, I don't know what this guy's talking about. I never sold VirtualBox.
What is VirtualBox?
VirtualBox, if this is the one thing I'm thinking of, is like an OS, like an operating system.
Yeah.
Huh.
Did you create an OS behind our back, John?
Surprise! No, I don't know what they're talking about.
You would say that.
Yeah, as Homer says, follow the money.
I think it's fine. I feel like it's more on the buyer's behalf of like if you do, purchase it or not. The only thing I've like ran into with this is like books like Alice in Wonderland that are free online, but people still sell those, or like Sherlock Holmes. But then you can usually get like cool, like limited edition, like the cover's nice or whatever. But I mean, if you don't want that, just get it for free. Like it's choose what you want to do with your money.
The public domain thing only means that there's no rights associated with that work. It doesn't mean there's no rights associated with like the product. So like if it's a good product that somebody's selling and you want to pay for it, I don't see how that's scummy at all.
I feel like the only way you should charge for it at that point is that you add something unique to it yourself.
I can agree to that. No, for sure, I can agree. Like if I'm not gonna pay you money to give me a file of like some like movie file or something. But like, isn't that what people are doing when they're making like fun packaging or maybe adding a script for something or like an art book? They're kind of adding to that thing.
Yeah, like the example I'm thinking of is like, I can find Sherlock Holmes online for free or whatever.
Yeah.
I can also buy like a hard copy of it, for $10. And it's like, well, just what do I like? They had to pay money to print this. They put money into this product or whatever. So like, It's just, I think it comes down to the buyer. Like, do I value the time and effort they put into like designing this cover or whatever? And if not, it's like, okay, that's fine. Go get it online. It's not like anyone's going to stop me. No one's forcing me to.
This is the thing, is that nobody forces you to buy anything. That's why I don't understand these questions. We're like, is it scummy to sell something? It's like, no, the market should decide if they want that thing or not by not buying it or buying it.
I think I think it would become scummy if this person was selling, the book or whatever, and then somehow stopping us from just getting it for free.
Sure,
when
like
they
a
got it
paywall.
for free.
Yeah, adding a paywall to something for sure. I could see that.
Like that'd be kind of weird.
Yeah.
John, what's VirtualBox?
That's what I'm trying to figure out what the heck they mean.
I thought I could slip you up. I thought I had you there. I won't stop until I know the truth.
Money. Follow the money, Sean.
Considering the only time I would have been selling something that could even be misconstrued as VirtualBox would have been when I worked with you. So maybe you're the one.
Whoa, hang on. Whoa.
No, maybe.
Whoa. I think you need to read the next question.
I think we need to follow the money. What were you two working on together?
Final Insanity says, "What's the most emotional you've ever gotten?"
John, tell me what VirtualBox is. Sorry, I thought I could slip him up. I thought I could catch him off guard. He has his guard up, though. I have to wait.
What's the most emotional you've ever gotten due to a song in a video game? It doesn't necessarily have to be from a sad moment.
Emotional.
Has to be from a song?
Anytime you're climbing a Colossus and that theme starts playing is fucking dope as hell.
Yeah.
Every time. Every goddamn time!
I will counter with Climbing the Ladder in Snake Eater.
That one's really good. Yeah.
I had a good one. I can't think of any sad ones. All the ones I'm thinking of are good. When we were playing Risk of Rain, whenever we would get to like that final level, that was like so epic. I was always like, oh yeah, because we're also like mega powerful at that moment.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, that part.
I thought of another one for I'm watching the new Twin Peaks, and there's a part in episode 4, I think. I'm not too far in the season yet. When one of the older, returning characters sees a picture of Laura Palmer, and then they start playing like Laura's theme from back in the original show. I was like, oh, this is awesome. This is so good.
Anytime they do that, like a callback that way with music is always way more powerful than anything. It's so good.
Remember, Lost was really good at doing that back when Lost was on, because every character had like their own theme song.
Bay XLR in the chat brings up a good one that I liked. Sutika Den from Final Fantasy X. That song, actually, I think Xanarkand is much more powerful song now that I think about it. That game has some really good musical moments and cues in it though, because it's Final Fantasy.
And I'm also going to say Silent Hill 2.
Silent Hill 2.
Has a lot of good moments too.
Oh my god. The moment in that game where your main character realizes like what's going on and what he has to do, and there's just like, holy fuck, that moment is like scary in a great way. Okay.
I got a good one.
Yeah.
I got a good one. Deadly Premonition, when is it Amazing Grace starts playing?
I thought you were gonna say when he starts drinking the coffee and then the music gets all happy.
That one's good too when the music is just too loud while you're having that conversation. But there's the very specific part when I think the song is "Amazing Grace" is playing. That is just amazing. Got another good one.
Yep.
Saints Row 3.
Okay.
When I Need a Hero starts playing. Actually, every song in Saints Row 3 is great.
Yeah, Saints Row 4 also works, but that's also because he used a lot of Saints Row 3 things.
But yeah, I feel like it was Saints Row 3 was like the first one to do it because like that game starts with like Kanye West's Power as you're just like jumping out of the helicopter. The wrestling part, Saints Row 3 is great.
Don't want to miss a thing as you're climbing the fucking rocket.
The rocket, and everyone's saying their goodbyes to you.
10 minutes of the game. Like, it's so good. Man,
Really good. All right.
Games are dumb. I love them.
Paul, you got this last one?
I do. VGC Kenny says, if Arc System Works approach you to be special characters in Dragon Ball Fighters with DBZ versions of yourselves, what race, human, Saiyan, android, other aliens, whatever else you can think of, would you be? I'd probably just be a shitty human that can't fight.
I'd just be a reskin of
like
Hercule.
Yajirobe or something?
Yeah.
What'd you say, John?
I'd just be a reskin of Hercule.
Yeah.
I was thinking Namekians are super cool, and they can like grow their arms back, and like Piccolo is just like the most badass.
Pretty badass.
But I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't get any screen time if I wasn't a Saiyan, so I just have to go Saiyan. And also, I'd be the strongest thing ever in all of time and space.
Yeah. I'd be a shitty human.
All right.
Can I be an android Namekian? There you go.
Oh
Okay.
man, yeah.
Can I be the great Saiyan man?
Yeah.
Then I get to be a Saiyan.
I hope Great Saiyaman's in that game. That would rule.
I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will be. Like, why not? I'm sure they'll put tons of the goofy stuff in there. Someone said whatever race Tien is. I think he's just technically human.
He's just human. He's just considered human.
He just has 3 eyes for some reason. Okay. That does it. If people want to send in questions for next week, it's topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter. John, what is the virtual box?
Game of the week, I'd probably say it was... Oh, man, what did it even play again?
It's close.
I'd say Final Fantasy 5.
Nice.
I'm going to give it to Next Machina.
Nice. Dark Souls 3 for me, I guess. So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Very cool. I'm going to go to Hood Slam and watch people fight each other.
You know what?
Yeah. You know Hood Slam? Hood Slam before? Let's see who's going to be at Hood Slam today. Let me give you a taste of the characters I'm going to get to see. I know Nurse Ratchet's going to be there.
Did either of you watch that Castlevania thing yet?
No, I haven't. I have to access Reese's Netflix.
Okay.
I've heard a couple good things about it, though. Oh, is it?
It's pretty cool. I like the pacing in it. It's weird. I'll say that. I feel like at times it doesn't know if it wants to be. It's very dark and takes its material pretty serious, but then there's kind of just silly quipping in it, which is real weird.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it is a video game. It's based on a game, so why not?
Yeah.
Is it only 4 episodes, I heard?
It's only
Batman
4
Wells
episodes.
going to be there.
Nice. Yeah, it's 4
as well
episodes.
as Killer Bays. Okay. All right, we'll be back next week. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
See you.
Go watch SGDQ.
Tell us where the virtual box is.